Yes, sir.
What up, y'all? What up?
What up, though?
I go by Jezeb.
What up, though?
This interview is damn near a long time in the making right here. Jezeb is definitely somebody that I've become a fan of as an MC and just as a fan, period. When I first got put on to Jezeb, I thought your name was what did I used to say, bro? What did I used to call it?
Jezeb?
Jezeb. It was, I like highlighted the Zeb part. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's cool. That's better than Jezeb boy.
But once I really got to know you and meet you and stuff like that, it was all up from there. You're a dope MC, so I guess my first question for you is, how did you get into like hip hop? And then we definitely got to talk about the plants and shit. But we're gonna talk about how'd you get into the game and like what brought you to hip hop? And you're not just an artist. You're more than that. Like, cause you bring a lot with Operation Infinity and everything. So talk a little bit about that.
So like what made me start rapping was the blog era, like that's what I came up in. So like Pro Era, Tyler the Creator,
Lil B,
Odd Future, Lil B.
Come on, man.
You know, those are the artists that inspire me and what really pushed me to be an artist myself. So an artist named Captain Steez, his message really resonated with me, and he's probably like my main inspiration as to why I started rapping, as to make positive change in this world. You know? So that's my main thing is like I'm really like trying to like write stories in my raps like shit.
And I'm saying if you listen to Jezeb, you'll hear that. You know what I mean? So what do you, outside of those MCs that you pull inspiration from, where do you pull inspiration from life-wise?
Life-wise, I guess just daily living. Like I love like my main inspiration really like the main thing that motivates me is plants, growing plants.
Come on.
Like that's where I get motivation from, and like it's just like you can see the growth. You know, you water it, it grows. You talk to it, it grows. Like so it's really just like life in itself, like in a microcosm. You know.
Come on, man. How did you get into like? Were you always into plants? Were you always into that, or is that something that came recently? And did you always like correlate that to your hip hop? You know what I'm saying, as far as helping you and helping the plants grow and shit.
So I don't think I always like if you notice, if you listen to my music, like I rap, like a lot of my songs are about like the seasons that we're like experiencing right now. So like and relating that to life. So my bad, what was the question again?
He used to smoke.
So as far as like the plant angle, so what you just said, how did that become part of the, because you said you love plants, so like was that always like a whole life thing, or at some point in your life?
So I actually went to school for environmental studies.
Oh, nice.
And that's really what probably really got me into plants, that type of shit.
And then from there, you kind of like never, because I know, like, I mean, I don't want to say.
It's never leaving. Yeah, no.
So you work at a plant spot right now?
What's up?
You work at a
I work at a greenhouse. Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm the tree and shrub man. You know, if you need a tree and shrub, come see me. I know what you need.
Word. So as far as like hip hop itself, do you want, what type of MC, because Operation Infinity is like, I don't want to separate that from your rap, because I know you participate in those events as well sometimes, but as far as hip hop, with Operation Infinity, where are you trying to take it? Like, where are you trying to go? Because it's so community based, like you put a lot of people on, you give away plants. So, I mean, what's the overall goal of Operation Infinity?
I mean, that is the goal, is to be like, I'm really not like focused on taking the shit out of the city or anything. Like, I want this to be a city focused thing. You know, for us, by us, you know, I don't really want to put effort into taking it somewhere else when my heart lies here, you know?
Yeah.
So, in terms of Operation, like what I want to do with it, I just want to keep growing as to what I'm doing now. Keep that going, you know, and that's pretty much the goal with that.
Nice. And the dopest thing I think about Operation Infinity is that you reach out to, like, you know what I'm saying, if MCs are here, like, you know what I mean, and they're putting in some type of work, you reach out no matter who it is, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's real dope, because there's not a lot of spaces where that happens, you know what I'm saying? And then you pay your artists, you know what I'm saying? You have, you know, you do a lot of things that are different than a lot of other spots.
But I feel like paying the artist should be just the prerequisite. I mean, not even paying them, but making artists pay to perform at like some hole in the wall bar, to me that just rubs me the wrong way.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons I started putting on events because like a lot of shiesty shit was going on right now.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? I'm just doing it myself, man.
Now
that's where it started.
Here's a fake controversial question. So in Buffalo, there's definitely two sides of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And with it being like that, is that what you would say? Like, you know, because I've been to some of those hole in the wall bars where people have to pay to perform and shit like that. In seeing that, like I'm assuming that you've been to some spots like that too.
I've paid to play before.
Same. Insert coin. You know what I'm saying? So when you experiencing that. And then bringing it to this side, is there kind of things that you see that are vastly different and you want to keep that way on quote unquote our side than what you see going on the other side?
What do you mean?
Like as far as people being accountable, MC, you know, people coming through when they have events like that and they do make people pay to play and different things like, because I mean, you can go to a Operation Infinity event, drop some bread and still feel good leaving.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? And a lot of other joints I've seen, it hasn't even been like that. Some people don't even get to perform. You know what I mean? Stuff. How do you keep that from?
When motherfuckers, like, sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
When people treat it like a business, I feel like that's when it started to take away because we don't got shit to treat like a business yet.
Right.
We're still building. Like, and if you're gonna treat like a business, I feel like that's just cannibalizing what we're trying to build.
Exactly.
You know. But yeah, sometimes you do have to pay to play, and it just be like that's just the nature of the game.
Yeah, that's how it is. It is. So on the music side, do you have anything that you're working on right now? I know you just got a track out with Rose from Buffalo.
Yes,
that's fire. So y'all should stream that. And anything else? Any like album stuff? Anything?
I'm just putting out singles right now. Honestly, I got albums like that are made, but it's like I'd rather put out a single and kind of treat that like its own project, promote that to its fullest, and you know, continue doing that instead of putting out an album that isn't gonna get the response I want.
Right. So that's actually something that we've me and Cash have been talking about recently, like the single push, opposed to the album push. Do you see? I mean, because I see a lot of people doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I think. Do you think that that's more of a productive thing to do, especially at the underground, quote unquote level? You know what I'm saying? When you don't know if somebody's gonna listen to 12 tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you put what you need to put into this one, you might garner all the things you need. Do you feel like that is the way to go for MC?
Yeah, I feel like in terms of us getting eyes on if we want people to look at each and every, like, hear all our music and everything that we put our hearts into, then we need to treat that like every song, like, especially when you're at this level and it's like you need to make people look.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Well, with that being said, I think we need to hear some of Jezeb's music and some of these dope singles. So why don't y'all give a round of applause for Jezeb? Appreciate you, bro.